Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we're diving into a story that has Cowboys Nation buzzing. Dak Prescott has finally spoken out, and his message about the Dallas Cowboys' disappointing season and Jerry Jones' role in it has everyone talking. This is big, so stick around because we're unpacking every angle of this story. Let's start with some context. Coming into this season, the Dallas Cowboys had huge expectations. The team is stacked with talent, and with Dak Prescott leading the charge, fans were optimistic about their chances of making a deep playoff run. After all, the roster includes stars like Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and a defense that's one of the most feared in the league. But here we are, more than halfway through the season, and the Cowboys are struggling to find consistency. They've had some incredible wins, sure, but they've also had frustrating losses, head-scratching mistakes, and moments where they just didn't look like a team ready to compete for a championship. And fans are tired of it. For weeks, speculation has been swirling. Is it the coaching? Is it the players? Or is it the front office? Well, this week, Dak Prescott addressed the elephant in the room. In an interview, he opened up about the challenges this season and sent a clear message about what needs to change. While he didn't call out Jerry Jones by name, there was no mistaking who his words were aimed at. Prescott started by acknowledging that the team simply hasn't lived up to its potential. We have to be better. Period, he said. I'm not here to point fingers at any one person or decision, but as a team top to bottom, we need to look in the mirror and ask if we're truly doing everything we can to win. That's a strong statement from your franchise quarterback, but it's also measured. He's not out there throwing anyone under the bus. Instead, he's challenging everyone, himself included, to step up. But Dak didn't stop there. He went on to talk about leadership, preparation, and decision-making, and that's where things got interesting. He said, as players, we need to own our mistakes, but it's also about having the right vision and leadership at the top. Let's pause on that for a second. The right vision and leadership at the top. For a player like Dak, who's typically diplomatic in interviews, that's a pointed comment. He's clearly frustrated, and while he didn't say Jerry Jones' name, it's hard to imagine he was talking about anyone else. Jerry Jones has been the face of the Cowboys for decades. He's not just the team owner, he's the ultimate decision-maker. From coaching hires, to draft picks, to the big moves in free agency, Jerry has his hands in every aspect of this franchise. On one hand, that's what makes him unique. He's passionate, he's invested, and he wants to win as much as anyone. But on the other hand, his involvement has also drawn criticism. Some say his hands-on approach has held the Cowboys back, especially when it comes to making the tough decisions that could push the team to the next level. Think about it. The Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl in over 25 years. For a franchise that calls itself America's team, that's a long drought. And with the kind of talent they've had over the years, there's no reason they shouldn't have been more competitive. That's where the frustration comes in, not just from the fans, but clearly from Dak Prescott as well. Now, let's be fair. Jerry Jones isn't the only one to blame for the Cowboys' struggles. The players haven't always executed, and the coaching staff has made its share of questionable decisions. But when you're the owner, the buck stops with you. Jerry himself has admitted as much in the past. So when Dak says things like, we need the right vision and leadership at the top, it's hard not to see it as a call for change. Prescott's comments have sparked a lot of debate among fans and analysts. Some people are praising him for stepping up as a leader and holding the organization accountable. Others think he's deflecting from his own struggles this season. Let's not forget, Dak has had his share of rough games. Turnovers, missed throws, and moments where he didn't look like the elite quarterback we know he can be. But here's the thing, being a leader isn't about being perfect. It's about taking responsibility, and Dak has done that. He's been the first to admit when he's made mistakes, and now he's asking everyone else to do the same. Meanwhile, Jerry Jones hasn't backed down. In a press conference after Prescott's comments, Jerry said, "I believe in this team, and I believe in Dak. We've got the pieces to succeed, and we're going to get this right." That's classic Jerry, always optimistic, always selling the dream. But is belief enough? At some point, actions have to match words. And for many fans, the question is whether Jerry is willing to make the changes needed to turn things around. Let's break it down. The Cowboys have one of the most talented rosters in the league, yet they're stuck in this cycle of inconsistency. Why? Part of it comes down to execution on the field. Penalties, turnovers, and missed opportunities have killed them in key moments. But part of it is also about direction. Great teams have a clear identity. They know who they are, and they stick to it. The Cowboys, at times, look like they're still trying to figure that out, and that starts at the top. What makes this situation even more interesting is the timing. The Cowboys are still very much in the playoff hunt, but the window is closing fast. If they want to make a serious run, they need to address these issues now. And Dak Prescott's comments might be the wake-up call the organization needs. For Prescott, this is about more than just winning games. It's about legacy. He knows what's at stake, not just for himself, but for the entire team. The Cowboys are a storied franchise, and their fans expect greatness. Prescott wants to deliver that, but he can't do it alone. He needs everyone from his teammates to his coaches to Jerry Jones himself to be all in. So, what's next? That's the big question. Will Jerry Jones take Prescott's words to heart? Will the Cowboys make the changes they need to get back on track? Or will this just be another season of what could have been? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this story is far from over. Dak Prescott's comments have shined a spotlight on a problem that's been simmering for years. Whether it leads to real change or just more frustration remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: Prescott isn't afraid to speak his mind, and he's not going to settle for mediocrity. That's all for today's video. What do you think? Is Dak right to call out the leadership? Can the Cowboys turn things around, or are they destined for another disappointing season? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow football fans, and don't forget to subscribe for more NFL news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.